Okay, guys, so Model 2, this is part 1, and then we're going to be done with the poetry packet for this week, and we'll continue it next week. But Model 2 is a organic poem, and it's in free verse. I'm going to scroll down. And it says, I am not done yet. As possible as yeast, as imminent as bread, a collection of cares, less certain. Oh, my thing, sorry. Let me start again. I'm going to read it, not with my phone. I'm going to read it just from the screen. I'm having a hard time here. As possible as yeast, as imminent as bread, a collection of cares, less certain than I seem, more certain than I was, a changed changer, I continue to continue. Where I've been most of my life, where I've been most of my lives is where I'm going. Okay, so I have 2 questions. I love this poem. It's so good. So the first one is, what do you notice about this poem that might stand out? You're like, hey, wait a minute. You tell us we have to check this and look at this poem. So this poem has a couple things. 2 characteristics of being organic, and I will pause here and pick it back up on the board. Okay, so 2 characteristics. Well, it's free verse, first of all, but 1, it's lacking punctuation, and then it's also lacking grammar rules. So those are 2 things that might have jumped out at you, and maybe something else jumped out at you, so feel free to write that down. But if you notice, I'll go back to it, there's no punctuation, and then capitalization, right? So I don't see any besides the comma in the I'm. There's no periods, there's no commas, or I'm sorry, the apostrophe in I'm. There's no exclamation points, no question marks, no commas, right? And then if you see like I continue, your I is lowercase, as is lowercase. All right, and then question 2, I'm like cutting out here weirdly. Oh, what is my phone doing? It's going crazy. Okay, really, really quick. Explain what the speaker is saying. I don't know if it's jumping to you, but my phone looks like it's having a conniption. Okay, so what is the speaker saying? Some things you might have noted. It's self-reflection, the idea of growing and changing and pointing out our good qualities, but also ways to improve, right? So let's examine this with the text. So if you look at the first two lines, as possible as yeast. Well, yeast needs certain ingredients, certain conditions. You can't just magically create yeast, and it's kind of hard actually to do. So this idea that we can possibly, we're on the verge of becoming something, we have the makeup to become something. It's just about putting it together in the right way. And then as imminent as bread, there's things about you that are just, they exist. They're going to happen. And, a change changer that, it's not just once and I'm done, I've grown. It's that we're constantly changing and evolving. And the idea of continuing and moving on and where I'm going based on where I've been and these lives and people that have developed me into who I am now and my perception now. So, less certain, but more certain than this. So again, that ever growing and changing feeling. And I just love this poem so much. I feel like everyone can relate. Okay. So guys, we are done for the poetry unit for this week. We're going to use the same packet next week. So I added here part 2. You don't have to, if you did it, that's great. If you want to do it, go ahead and have a crack at it. But we'll begin this next week and we'll work through part 2 as I'm scrolling through here. And we'll go through all these notes. This is a lot on like technical stuff, sounds, and rhyme scheme and stuff like that. Looks like a lot of sound to start with. Some figurative language we'll get into, which I think you guys will do good with. Imagery and stuff. And different poems that we're going to look at and examine. Okay. So, and if need be, We'll break this down and extend it if we need to. Finish up what you're doing with of mice and men. You guys, if you have any questions, feel free, just email me. Give me a shout and let me know what you need and get your work in when you can. I put due dates out, but if you need extra time, just let me know. And I hope you guys are doing well and hope you enjoyed my shaky video. All right, see you guys later.